Sometimes you draw things that you know are going to be hard, but you just know it's going to look so cool. Like drawing this many guns and referencing them is not fun, but you just know in the back of your mind it's going to look so cool. And so you just push through. Or even drawing a horse. Anytime you draw animals, it's fun, but it's also like, oh, you got to learn like their anatomy and figure it all out. With covers these days, you have to really think now differently than you did in the 90s. In the 90s, it was like what looks good in a comic book shelf when you walk into a comic book shop. Now, so much of what we all do is, does it look good on the phone? Even though you want to pack a lot of detail in, sometimes something that will look great this size will just turn to noise when it's this size. So more than ever now, we have to think about like, okay, this looks cool, but like again, when I'm thinking, when this is small, is this gonna read? Is this gonna be a nice punchy shape? Because that's where people are nowadays more and more making decisions if I want to buy that cover or that kind of thing. So something has kind of been lost. I remember being a big fan of Arthur Adams. He's one of my favorites. What Arthur Adams used to do in the 90s, these amazing team shots, these really big, I mean, there's that iconic classic X-Men #1, which is with the Wolverine that everybody knows. These group shots that I used to love that he'd do because they have so much detail. You just can't do those as much nowadays because they just don't read on a phone very well. So it's kind of something it's a little bit of a shame that kind of covers kind of died out and more of us are doing the big figures because again, we know it's going to look really good when it's on a phone like this. So that's probably why you see so many artists do that now, the single figure with the clean background. But I still try to break away and still try to come up with other stuff too, just because nobody wants to see the same thing over and over again.